I just got the MPC Key 37, and in today's video, I want to show you guys my first impression of the MPC Key 37. I've only had it for a few days, so I'm by no means an expert, but this will be my first time sitting down and actually trying to make a beat with it. So for better or for worse, you guys are going to see my first time making a beat on this MPC. So today we'll see, is it worth buying the MPC Key 37? All right, so now the MPC is fired up, and now as you can see, they've given us some options for different genres, like a starting points, but it says new project here, so we can just start off with a completely new template. So that's what we'll do. As I've said, I've only had the MPC for like a couple days. I don't know everything about the MPC yet. I'm kind of learning as I go. All right, so first thing that comes up is all these virtual instruments, and we'll get to that. But first, what I want to do is put down some drums with these cool pads here. If we want, we can go to this main part here, go here, and now we have all of these kits load up right here. And it is touchscreen, so we can go like that and search through the kits, but they also have this knob here that we can turn. I really like that preset, so we loaded it up here. I chose the Deep House kit. Now what we can do is go to this grid section, and now we have a linear grid. We can expand this here. And these are all of our drum sounds here, so you kind of get the point. It kind of comes as like a kit that we can use. So first right here is our tap tempo, and I kind of have an idea for a beat already. Tap the tempo there. All right, so now to record, we'll just press this record button, and it's important you press this play start button because that will give you a count in here. So now we can start with a little 4 on the floor here. Perfect. So now it switches right to overdub, and now perfect, and it quantizes for me and everything. I really like this open hat sound, this one here. So I think we'll put that down. So then just again, overdub, play start. Perfect. There's this cool snare sound here. I think I'm going to add that as well. So overdub. Perfect. There's this Vox sound too that I really like, but I really want to shorten that. So what we can do is go back to this main area here, and you can see the sample. This is the audio file. Now what I can do is go like this, and now when I click it, make that note repeat quicker. I can go from the 8th there to the 16, and now, all right, we can go back to grid, and now overdub, play. All right, so I messed up a little bit there. If you want to undo something, there's this undo button here that you can click. Then there's an effect sound here that I'm going to add. The Vox is still a little bit much, so I'm going to delete a couple of them. Remember, if you ever want to delete something, you can expand this here, go here, there we go. I'll add this sound for that last bit there. Sweet, all right, that sounded pretty good. I think that's enough for this drum group here. I don't want to crowd this beat up too much just with the drum group. So next we're gonna go back to mix here, switch this camera back to overhead, and now we have this plugin here. But now what we wanna do is add a VST. So what we can do is go to sounds, and now here are all the VSTs. Sorry, it's a little bright, so the camera is having a hard time picking up. This baseline VST is pretty cool, so we'll check out here. And now they have a fuzz section here, heavy drive. Perfect if we want to go down the octave. So now if we just kind of want to play around with it, what we can do is just click play. All right, that sounds pretty good, so I think we'll record that. So what we can do now is go back to grid, just so we can see what we're recording here and then edit it as we please. All right, so what we're gonna do is just click this record button here and then play. 2, 3, 4. Sweet. All right, sweet. So as we can see, there's this mixer tab here. So if we want to turn the drums down a touch and turn the bass up a bit, we can do that. So now when we click playback, sweet. So let's say we want to add another instrument. We can just click this here. And then we have a whole bunch of options here. We can add our own audio, drums. But for now, I just want to pull up a plugin, just because I want to just show you guys what comes with the MPC Key 37. I don't want to dive too much into samples or anything in this video. So now what we can do is go back to the sounds menu and then pick something new. So we used baseline last time. Now let's use hype. Now let's see. I want a lead to put over this. All right, so this is lead summer. So that might have some cool sounds here. That sounds cool. Cool. What about up the octave though? That's sounding pretty cool, but let's say we want to add an effect to that. You can do that on the MPC Key 37. So what we'll do here is we'll go back to the mix board, and then what you can do is there's this little effect tab at the bottom here, and then you can add up to 4 effects. So let's say we want some delay or reverb. We just click this here, and then let's go reverb small. So small amount of reverb. Cool, and now we can just play around with this lead, figure something out, and then record it. All right, so that's sounding cool, but I still think we need some delay on it to make it sound way bigger. So once again, we'll just go back to the effects here, go back here. Let's try this delay ping pong here. That might sound cool. We went back to grid now just so we can see what we're recording and make edits as we need. 2, 3, 4. All right, that's sounding pretty good, but I think the lead is a little bit weak. So if we want to add a second lead, we can do that. By once again, just going back to mix, we'll add another track. And just so you guys remember, this is the first week I've had with this. So if you guys let me know down in the comments a more efficient way to do things, I'm open to all suggestions. Sweet, so now I'm gonna go to this plugin section here. Sweet, so another plugin is added. We can go back to sounds. Now I'm gonna go back to hype synths here, go to leads. Kind of want to edit the instrument a little bit. So there's this edit instrument tab down here. So let's say that we want it to pump a little bit more. We can go. Perfect. Turn the reverb up a bit. That's sounding better. We can go to grid. And now let's just see how it sounds. Perfect. So as you can see, it sounds a little crowded. Obviously, if we were making a full-on beat, we wouldn't do this, but I'm just kind of putting down ideas as quickly as I can. I feel like that's what MPC is best for. So for now, we'll put this down. We can mute some things later, take some things away. But for now, I'm going to leave it as it is. Now that we're back in overhead mode, we can go to overdub, start. I'm I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of arranging a full song on the MPC, just because I feel like I haven't had it long enough yet. I want to get a little more comfortable with it, and then I can show you guys how to make a full song on the MPC. But for now, we'll just put down a few more tracks. Sweet, so I'll go back to mix here. I'll add another plugin, but this time use a different drum pack. This time we'll go to menu, perfect, browser. We can look through here. Perfect, load that kit up. I think it might be cool if I had something like that, so we can go back to grid and just add a couple more drums in there. Sweet, over to, sweet, record, play. Now that we're in effects, I want to add some reverb to that. Let's add some large reverb. I think that'll sound cool. Sweet. So now, when we listen back, sweet, so that's the start to a pretty good beat there. The MPC Key 37 is absolutely insane. Anybody looking to get this, I highly recommend it. Coming from Machine, this is totally different because it is completely standalone, and I know there is the Machine Plus, but honestly, this thing is just so much more powerful than the Machine Plus. I haven't even dove into the arranger window yet. You could definitely make full beats on this thing easily. I want to dive into this a little bit more before I give you guys any more feedback. But first impressions, I love this thing, and I'll definitely be dropping more videos and streaming with this thing. Figure it out. I appreciate you guys for watching. See you next vid.